Morning, everybody. Today, I wanted to talk to you about your bookkeeping. Now, I know this is not a super exciting topic for many people, and it's one that often gets pushed to the side and we worry about it later, or we just hand over the responsibility to somebody else. Now, what I wanted to go through to you today is just to really highlight how important it is to get your bookkeeping right. Your bookkeeping is the foundation of everything you do in your business. And what we want to make sure that we're doing is capturing all the information that we need, but in a really simple and efficient way, because we don't need to spend any more time on our bookkeeping than necessary. Yes, it is vital, but it shouldn't actually be a huge time-consuming, stressful process. So if you want the worksheet on what I'm going to talk about today, post Xero below and we will get that to you. So what I see is the three biggest frustrations that trades business owners have when it comes to their bookkeeping. So often they're disorganized. They make it's made really complicated, and most people feel like it's a real pain in the butt. And what I really want you to understand and want you to know is that it can be super organized, it can be super efficient, and can actually turn it into being a really fun process. Now, I have two businesses. I have my bookkeeping business, Efficient Tradie Bookkeeping, and as the name implies, our whole focus is on making your bookkeeping as efficient as possible and as easy as possible and as simple as possible, so that we can do the fun stuff like in my coaching business where I discuss and work with clients to implement profit first in their business. We want to make sure that we can do that knowing your numbers and knowing that the data we are using is correct. It's a bit like if you went and build a house on plans and they weren't the final plans, and then the client has a copy of the final plans and you've built the house and you're like, oh, like there's a missing, missing links here. Think of your bookkeeping the same. We want to invest some time and energy to make it as efficient as possible, so that when we are getting to dig deeper into the business and work on profit first in your business, it then makes that step so much easier, which makes it so much easier to solve the problems in your business because your financial foundation is solid. So 3 points I want to cover off today. So if you are not using a receipt management system in your bookkeeping at the moment, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do. Now, we use HubDoc within our business, have done so for 5+ years. Before that, we used another receipt management system. I have never received copies of clients' physical receipts and invoices in my entire 10+ years with my bookkeeping business. We have always used a receipt management system. So just briefly, what a receipt management system is, it means that we can electronically capture the data off that receipt, and it will automatically upload into HubDoc, where we will then go in there and tell it where it has to go. And for the probably 90+% of your suppliers, we can set that up. So that happens automatically. We set it up once and it processes through automatically each and every time after that. Goes through to HubDoc, then goes through to Xero and makes data entry a non-event. If your bookkeeper or you are doing data entry with your bills, maybe time to reach out and check out some better options for you. The second underused option I see within Xero itself is, so once we've got rid of the data entry from the bill side of the process, I still see people, when it comes to reconciling, they're still manually doing some reconciliation. So you've got, for example, a insurance premium comes out every month. It's the same every month. And every month you have to go into Xero and enter those details. Now, yes, I know it only takes a couple of minutes to enter those details, but that's a couple of minutes we would rather spend on something else in your business. So by using a function in Xero like bank rules and setting that up correctly, it means you save a couple of minutes from data entry and there's less opportunity for a mistake. Whenever we have to do any data entry, there is always the opportunity that we're going to make a mistake, which then means it's going to be cause time to be used down the track to fix it up. And then also it could have all sorts of other ramifications along the way. So bank rules is one of those underutilized steps in Xero that we really love to dig in and make sure we're using that function to the best of the ability for the specific client. And then the third thing I want to talk about is the reconciliation process. Yes, it is super simple, but it's not something that many people do regularly. And it's something that is made larger than it needs to be because you're not using things like a receipt management system, because you're not using things like bank rules. And there's a whole bunch of other bits and pieces within Xero that functionality that I see not being used correctly, which would then reduce your reconciliation time and reduce the time it takes to do this side of your bookkeeping, which means you've freed up time to do other parts of your business that are more fun for you. Now, I do highly, highly recommend if you are doing your bookkeeping yourself, that you reach out and have a chat to us, because just like anything, if I had if I was trying to do my own plumbing or my own electrical, I could probably get by-ish, but it's not going to be very good and it's going to cause troubles down the track. We want to make sure that you are not risking your financial foundation because you're trying to do it yourself, or you've handed it off to your partner who has potentially another job or a part-time job and some kids and so on to look after. Let's have a look and discuss about what it would look like for your business and what the benefits would be to your business if you investigated having a bookkeeper that's working just on your business once a week, every week. Everything is done, everything is up to date, and just have a think about what weight that would lift off your shoulders. So if you are one of those people who has been using Xero for a little while, you may be new to Xero and you know that it can be done in a better way, post Xero below and we will reach out and have a chat to you and see what we can do to help you get Xero updated, sorted, easy, efficient, and simple. Have a great day.